Welcome to this TECHNIA Engineering Insights video on how to install SOLIDWORKS. So now that you've received your SOLIDWORKS license, we're going to run through the process of downloading and installing SOLIDWORKS. We'll start off at solidworks.com, we'll run down to support and downloads. In this separate web page, we'll be able to select different versions of SOLIDWORKS from the past few years. In order to access them, we need to log into the 3D Experience platform. If you already have an account, please input in the email or username and password at this point, or register in order to start the process up. Once you have inputted in your account, you may need to run through and do the two-factor authentication to securely log in. We can now see the product tiers that are available to download, and we can select onto actually downloading either the full package itself or just the installation manager. In this instance, we're going to click onto the installation manager to download, and then we'll accept the agreement in order to continue with the download itself. Once the installation manager has been downloaded, we're going to open it up and run the setup.exe file inside it. As you can see, I've right-clicked onto the file itself and run it as administrator, just to make sure that we can run through the rest of the process with no issues. I've clicked on to install onto this computer, and due to the fact that I already have SOLIDWORKS installed on this PC, it's pre-populated all of the serial number information. If yours is blank, not a problem. What you can do is you can literally copy and paste in your serial number into the first box that's available, where you can see the 9000, and it will input into the rest for you. We're then going to input in all of the necessary serial numbers for some of the other products as well, and then hit next. We'll then see the installation manager will connect to SOLIDWORKS. We'll then see that the installation manager will check all the serial numbers, and once confirmed, we can run through to the next steps. As I said, I've already got SOLIDWORKS installed onto this PC, so we're going to get two options available. You may not see this option if you're just doing a fresh installation. I can now select between either upgrading an existing installation or creating a new installation, which is what I'm going to go for. At this point, we can then see the summary that's available to us, so we can run through and double check inside this to make sure it's all downloaded and installing into the right location. It can sometimes be worthwhile at this point in time to just make sure that the download method as well is set up correctly, because we could go through and we could, for example, select onto some pre-downloaded files to install from. In this instance, we're happy with how it's being set up. We're happy for the installation manager to run through and do a fresh download of the files, and then we can hit install. And it will just run through that step, as you can see. Now the installation manager is complete, we do also have the option to see the what's new in SOLIDWORKS 2026, which is worthwhile having a flick through. I'm now going to open up SOLIDWORKS Design 2026 from inside my desktop. I'm going to hit select all onto the licenses and make sure they're activated onto this PC. We can see that as it's run through and done this, it's actually suggesting that there's going to be an update that's available to us from inside the 3D Experience platform. I can open up from inside the 3D Experience platform, click on Design with SOLIDWORKS either from the compass or from some of the quick links that are available to us, and it will show us the Update Now option. The 3ds Experience launcher will load, and we can run through and install this hotfix. Now that the hotfix is installed, we can hit close to this, and then we can open up SOLIDWORKS for the first time.